fucking done! Lamar Jackson is gonna be a Raven for 5 more years! 5 more years! Ah! He's a Raven for 5 more years! I told everyone! He's a Raven!
Dear 26, we gather here the ride of your lives. It's your time, your hard work shine through. Your wish for a great program has come true. Come along, 'cause you know we made some room. From the class of 23 to you, we raise a glass to our newest class. At TCU.
People can be inspiring, but sometimes we're just inspired. Jeremy Morgan, a Fort Worth native, has found inspiration in the smallest of things: birds. Instantly struck, he stopped at Camp Joy Park to take photos and hasn't stopped since.
Drove by this place one day and just kind of looked out over here, and it was right about this time, and just fell in love, stopped here, started taking pictures.
He's focused on the birds and their habits, shifting focus off his own.
It was nice. There was in the past few weeks, there's been just huge migrations of birds flying across. Looks like they're all about done now, but it was every morning for a couple of weeks. I mean, just huge flocks of birds flying over, and it was just perfect.
And he finds inspiration in the city he's lived in his whole life.
Promote local businesses, man. I'm all about Fort Worth. I got the skyline tattooed behind my name there. It's home, you know what I mean?
A city full of nature, but one that isn't until you look at it through a bird's eye. Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, you'd see what you'd expect. Sheep, swine, cattle, and rodeo goers dressed in their western best. You'd also hear what you'd expect: the strums of a guitar and country music. But you wouldn't expect who's singing.
A little ditty about Jack and Diane, two American kids growing up in the heartland. Jackie's gonna be a football star. Diane took me time back in Jackie's car.
13-year-old Mel Garsek holds the strings, to the admiration of all who pass.
Most Friday nights, I can be found at my old Jack at the old Chase Lounge. Been to the spot at the drive-in show. No car girl lights keep off and band to glow. Waiting in line at the popcorn stand. Jumped a woman like about to pick up man. You can set my truck on fire, go downhill, and I say I won't trade it for a go-go. Egg from bed, it has to be made in work for drugs. We'll have tailgates on my life's traffic jams. There's time for women like about to pick up man.
What are some of your hobbies outside of guitar?
I don't really have that many. This is my day thing.
His main thing it is. Mel hopes to make a career out of the guitar.
I want it to be like my main job. I want to make a living off of it, be able to live a nice life.
His performance at the stock show was one of many.
It's great. The audience is great, everything's great, it's fun.
And it was a great place to train for what's ahead.
I'm not getting on the big stage yet.
Yeah, not yet. When do you hope to get on the big stage? Whenever you're ready?
Yeah.
You're not quite ready yet?
Well, I hope to be ready in the next year or so. You can find me on Instagram at Garsek, Garsek. That's where you find like all the things I've done. And yeah.
You are no longer required to wear a mask on most major airlines or in rideshare companies like Uber. This comes after a federal judge in Florida on Monday struck down the Biden administration's mask mandate. Since then, major airlines and airports have switched to a mask-optional policy. Ride-sharing companies like Lyft and Uber also announced that masks will now be optional while riding or driving. Even Walt Disney World in Florida said it was lifting its mask requirements for visitors as ultimately, the second round of the NCAA tournament isn't where the Frogs wanted their season to end, but it's also not where many expected the Frogs' season to end, as the Frogs were projected to finish 8th in the Big 12 this season. And all eyes are already set on next year, where the goals are the same.
But hey, we'll just get it back next year.
Matthew Sgroi, TCU News Now. So, basketball news may be relentless, but the season is over. Games aren't being played anymore, so baseball is swinging into the... First things first, we do have some breaking news to report to you regarding TCU basketball. It's hardly been more than a week since TCU's season-ending loss in the tournament to Arizona, but we already know that next year's TCU basketball team is going to look very different than the squad Jamie Dixon courted out this year. It had already been reported on Monday that junior guard Francisco Farabello would be putting his name in the transfer portal, but today, on Wednesday, star guard Mike Miles has officially declared for the NBA draft. And I've been waiting to say this for a long time. The Horned Frogs are going dancing for only the second time since 1998 and the first since 2018. TCU basketball has been invited as an at-large bid to the 2022 Men's Division I basketball tournament. The Frogs, handed a 9 seed by the selection committee, will be headed to sunny San Diego to take on 8-seeded Seton Hall Friday night. But it means more than what's just on the court. Athletic Director Jeremiah Donati told us just how big this is for the Frogs.